Greetings, everybody. Welcome, welcome. Thank you so much for tuning in. You're watching Buying Black with Kim Steward. I'm Kim Steward, photographer and owner of Kim Steward Photography, and I am on here interviewing Black and Brown businesses, about their business journey, and how you can also start your business journey as well. Here on this show, we love to share so many business tips and tricks, and we love to just share some general information. So I want to ask you all to go ahead and click that share button. Go ahead and share this and grab a pen and paper, because at the end of the segment, I'll have a question that I'm going to ask you. And the first person to answer that question, we may actually even have two questions today, but the first person to answer that question will get a $50 voucher to any of the businesses that I have interviewed thus far. And this time I have written them out. So that includes the bridge building program, of course, Kim Steward Photography. I've had other photographers on here that are amazing: Eli Photography, Peculiar People Photography, Swag Productions, JJ Creations, Foundation of Love, Queendom Essence with Brittany Capri, Perfected Wear, Origin Bryant's Vita Lift, She Fit, Sweet and Neat with Tony, Musical Chef and Custom This, Husband and Wife Team, Rare Jewels Cosmetics, the Paparazzi Consultants, that was with Anya, Nicole, and Latoya, Just Carded Signs that go out the yard signs, Willie Nelson's Realty Consulting, Dr. Chester Wilson's Consulting, Pastor Faye with Victorious Life Ministry, she does life coaching, I Rise to STEM with Dr. Connie, La Pen Designs, the Stroud House, she makes CMOS, pop-up events, and Moments That Matter. They are both event planning women. Of course, Mimi Blends with the healthcare and the natural skincare products, and Helping Hands Chiropractic. Those are the ones that I have interviewed thus far. So you will have a choice to pick out $50 to shop at any of those places. And my special guest today, is going to match that. So we're going to pick two questions so we can have two winners today. So please grab that pen and paper. So let me go ahead and tell you about our guest today. Her name is Faith Perry. She's a child care educator, business owner, and author. All right. Faith Perry is a native of Placa, Florida. Currently, she resides in Palm Coast with her husband and 3 children. Faith is a veteran child care educator who has more than 2 decades of experience in early childhood education, and is the educational director and owner of P&R Little Angels Academy. Additionally, Faith is the founder of Just Faith It Enterprises, which provides business and professional coaching, mentorship, and encouragement to aspiring entrepreneurs. That's that collaboration over competition, right? All right, so Faith is also the author of her first and coming soon children's book titled Lucy Gets a Guardian Angel, a story about grief for children. In her spare time, Faith enjoys spending time with her family and friends, traveling, shopping, and just ensuring every minute she lives is memorable. So please welcome to the stage, everyone, Faith Perry. Hey, Faith.
Hello. Hi.
Thank you so much for coming on.
Absolutely.
Thank
you for having me.
Oh, wow. I have Dr. Ferris on here. She said she'll match too. So, wow. Okay.
Awesome.
Thank you so much, Dr. Ferris. Hey. Awesome. So let's just get started. Now, before I have my guest on, I kind of like stalk their pages and see what they're up to and see what they're doing. So you had a post the other day that said, "You know my name, but you don't know my story." So just tell us, what is your story? Because I know it has to do with where you are today, with all those different things, being a business coach, a child care educator, and a child care owner. So tell us your story.
Well, hello everyone again. So my story and my post that I made the other day was basically pertaining to it. I would say it actually started when I was about 17.
Okay.
I went through a situation that, it was horrible,
Okay.
to say the least. And that situation pretty much led to depression.
Mm-hmm.
And I struggled with letting go of a lot of things that took place.
Okay.
And um, so I get married, I have kids, but I never dealt with that depression piece because you don't like for people to know what you're going through, or you put on this mask and it's like I'm fine. And so one night I just had a crash.
Mm.
Um and it was a suicidal thought.
Oh, wow.
And um the thing that I remember, I was at my computer desk and I was getting ready to just get up and go and do whatever my mind was going to tell me to do, rather if it was, overdose or whatever. But
Mm.
I remember getting up from my computer desk, and the first thing that I saw was a picture of my kids.
Wow.
And so my kids saved my life that
Saved your.
night. It
Yeah.
saved my life. And so the story is so much deeper, it's so
Right.
much
I
more
bet.
into it. But to sum it up, that's pretty much my story. Through that depression, I lost who I was. I lost my identity. I gained so much weight. It was just so many things that took place.
Wow.
Um, but that night when I was like, God, you had me to see my children picture for a reason.
Right.
And so that was my second chance at life. And so I said, I'm going to give life everything I got. And so
Awesome.
that was from there, my journey started, and here I am.
Awesome. Wow. Well, thank you so much for sharing that because I didn't know that. I never knew that. And just by you saying that, I'm like, oh, she has a story to tell. And I
Oh,
mean,
it
yeah.
gets deep.
Oh, I bet. And that's the thing. We sometimes, I mean, just to be vulnerable enough to share that, it's helping somebody because there's so
Mhm.
many people out here in that same situation. So first, thank you so much for sharing. And this is kind of a segue to get us to Just Faith It. What is Just Faith It really all about? Because I'm sure that helps people get through, you know?
Absolutely.
Yes.
So, just faith it is, it was a brand that I came up with. For one, I've just always believed that it was no accident that my mother named me Faith, and
Right.
so, and so, but my faith is what kept me going. My
Mhm.
faith is what got me through a lot of situations. I was raised up in church, and so I knew the power of prayer.
Yes.
And having that foundation was so important, and it was needed in my life, especially during the time that I was going through so much. And so now I pretty much turned the brand into like an umbrella of services,
Okay.
providing that mentorship for women and young girls mainly,
Okay.
um, providing those the business coaching, startup, specializing in childcare startup. And
Yeah.
so I honestly, just whatever I can do. I'm a um, certified life coach, certified first aid CPR instructor. And
Okay.
so those services, it was a lot of things I needed when I was going through, my business journey. And
Right.
at the very beginning, I felt like I really didn't have anybody to
Mhm.
sit me down and say, hey, this is how you do this is how you
Wow.
do that. And so now that I've learned, this is my way of giving back to,
Yes.
other women who may need it.
Oh, I love that so much because I definitely agree with sharing what you know. I love sharing
Mhm.
what I know, to people
Oh,
because it's like,
absolutely.
yeah, but a lot of people don't like to do that. They don't like sharing what they know. They don't like giving up that information because they feel like, I worked hard for this and
Mhm.
I'm not going to give it up. And they
Yeah.
just hold it. And it's like, all that info. bring
Yes.
people in and show them the ropes, because just because you did it, Google education and, all that type of stuff. You can
Exactly,
and help
exactly.
people.
And I reached out to, numerous people who I felt would give, and, they would give you bits and pieces, and, and I was just like, okay. So I
Yeah,
did the work, I did the research, and now I'm just willing to give it back.
that is amazing. I love that. Now, how do people get in touch with you if they want to do that? Do you have classes, or do you just mentor one-on-one with somebody once they contact you? How does that work?
Mainly one-on-one.
Okay.
I love one-on-ones
Okay.
because and it depends on what it is, because
Okay.
people go through so many things in life. And so what I found is that when you're in a group,
Mhm.
sometimes people tend to hold back and they can't really express fully what it is that they're yearning to get out. And so, depending on what it is, like I said, definitely one-on-ones.
Okay.
But, if it's a group setting, that's fine too.
Okay.
Um, but they can definitely, I'm always open to receive the Facebook messages,
Okay.
Faith Williams Perry, or Instagram, Faith_Perry05. I do have a website, but it's being revamped right now to add in the book and some other things. So I don't want
Uh,
to give that out just yet because they won't
right.
be able to get it. Yeah.
Okay. So we'll definitely just get you on social media. And so if
Mhm.
anybody's interested, so tell us about childcare. How did you even get into childcare, and how did that journey go?
So childcare started when I was 16 years old when I first started. So I've been in it like
Wow.
forever.
Wow.
Yeah.
Now, is your family in it too? Is that how? Is it from, like, maybe a mom or aunt that did childcare? How did you get into it at 16?
So no, my mom was a hairstylist, like
Oh,
so.
wow.
Yeah, my mom and two sisters, they're like hairstylists, so that part skipped way over my head. And but so my first job actually was at a in a grocery store. When I first turned 16, I just couldn't wait to get a job. And I remember I was a cashier one morning, and a lady came through my line, and she was like, "Baby, you don't look happy." And I was like, "Cause I don't want to be here." And she was like, "Well, what is it that you like to do?" And I was like, "Well, I like working with kids," because at that
Oh,
time in high school, one of my electives were one of the child care classes or whatever. And so
okay.
I was like, I think I really want to work with kids. I like kids. And she was like, oh, and so she just so happened to be in the child care
Oh,
industry herself. And so she said, well, this is what I want you to do. I want you to go to Head Start location and ask to speak with this person and let her know that I sent you. And I was like, okay. So Monday, when I got out of school, I had my mom to take me there, and I went there, and I was like, Miss So and so told me to come and speak to you. I would like to work with kids, and if you have anything that I can at least just start out doing after school. And she was like, yeah, and she hired me on the spot. I never went through an interview process or anything, and that's where it all started. When I graduated high school, they paid for all my trainings,
oh my goodness.
certifications, like at the whole nine. And
Oh
so,
my gosh.
yeah,
Wow.
hmm
So childcare is your thing.
that is
Seriously,
my thing.
your
Yeah.
thing. So tell us about P&R. First of all, P&R Little Angels Academy. What does P&R stand for?
So the P is my last name, Perry.
Uh-huh.
R is my business partner's last name, Rasher, who's also happens to be my sister-in-law, but we are business partners. And so it's just our last names put together.
Okay. Got it. Got it. So tell us,
hmm
are you at capacity now? Because people are going to be wondering what's the age for your academy, and do you have any openings?
So My age, I take toddlers up to before and after school children, which is up to 12 years old.
Oh, wow.
Right now, at this time, because of pandemic, we are not at full capacity.
Okay.
Um, we
Well, okay. Yeah.
yeah, we got a hard hit. A lot of parents just, still kind of wavering,
Yeah.
um, just undecided about putting the kids back into daycare, and so enrollment has been really slow.
Yeah.
Right now, I do have I operate my preschool age children, and so we're preparing them for kindergarten, and
Mm.
but I do think that people are definitely starting to get back into, the swing of things. People
Right.
are receiving their vaccines, and so I think once we get through the summer
Yeah.
and the new upcoming school year, I'm definitely gonna be doing my full, getting in there so I can get my enrollment back up. But right now we just we're low in numbers, but God is
Right.
still
So you
good. He's
are
still hmm?
do have openings then if somebody wanted to
Yes,
bring a child. Okay.
yes, I
Awesome.
do.
Where are you
hmm
located?
hmm
And where are you located?
I'm located in Bunnell, which
Mm-hmm.
is like right there near,
Right.
right there, Palm Coast little
Right.
line. But yeah, we're located in Bunnell, 1100 East Moody Boulevard.
Perfect. Okay. So if anybody has a child that needs childcare, and so you said school age, do you pick up from schools?
Not right now. We are adding in that transportation piece.
Okay.
So I just recently
Got a van.
purchased my
Ah,
van. That's my little baby. My
yes.
kids are embarrassed of my little van. I don't know why they
I love it. I love
we
it.
we picked my son up from school one day and he was like,
Oh,
"Oh my God," he was running. I was like, "Boy, don't be shaming my little van, honey, because when
right.
you
That's
have
a
your
nice
hand out
thing.
for some money."
Exactly. Oh, I love it. I love it. So, how did you go from working in childcare to start your own childcare business?
Wow.
Uh-oh.
So, well, now I will say having my own childcare business was something that I've always wanted to do.
Right.
Um, However, when the opportunity came, it didn't come from me just like really pursuing it.
Oh.
Um, what happened now? I was in Head Start because I
Mhm.
that's my background, and a position came up for me to a director position came up, and so
Okay.
this position, I feel like I was really trained and qualified. In childcare since I was 16, and
Yeah.
the same supervisor that trained me all these years,
Uh-huh.
she basically looked me in my face and said, "I don't think you're qualified."
Oh no.
And
Mm.
that crushed me to
Oh,
my
I bet.
soul. I
Right.
went home and I boohoo cried, and I was like, I, it was totally unexpected.
Right.
And so, my
Wow.
husband asked me. He said, "Do you think you're ready to?" And I was like, "Ready for what?" And he was like, "Well,
Oh,
you have
I love
everything that
it.
you need to run
Yes.
your own, right?" And I was
Wow.
like, "Yeah, I do." And he was like, "You ready?" And I
Oh, I love
said,
it.
"I
Yes.
think, yeah, I am." And so that's how it came about.
Oh, I love it. I love it. I love it. So how long has PNR been in service? How long have you had PNR?
October will be 7 years.
Awesome. Wow.
hmm
Wow. Yes. Omega says, but God, I heard that. So don't be
Yes.
wow. So who has been your best mentor? Because, especially with something like that happening from the person that trained you, Oh, I know.
Right.
It's so nice to show somebody when they say, "Oh, you're not qualified," or they don't believe in you to go ahead and do it, and to show
Hmm.
them 7 years. Come on.
Right.
Oh,
Right.
oh,
Exactly.
yeah. Oh goodness.
Exactly.
Okay. All right. So who's your best mentor then?
um, my best mentor, I actually have two.
Okay.
The first one is definitely my business partner, my sister-in-law,
Mhm.
Sophia Rasher.
Yeah.
She's more so my mentor on the business side
Yes.
of things. She has multiple businesses.
Wow.
Um, she just, I don't know if you remember, but let me see, this was maybe like the beginning of January. I shared where my sister had just opened her um, apartment complex. She had
Oh
just
yes.
did her,
Okay.
yes, that's her. And so,
Oh,
um,
wow.
she is an amazing person,
Yeah.
and so she guides me along the way.
That's good.
Um, my next person is I do invest. I have a child care mentor and coach. Her name is
Okay.
Andrea Dickerson. She is America's number one child care boss.
Wow.
She has owned multiple businesses, wrote books. She is
Awesome.
phenomenal. She has like, oh my goodness, she travels all over the world and all this. So I do. She's great. She is great. So I have her on the child care and business,
Yes.
part. So so shout out to my mentors, Coach Andrea and Sophia.
Awesome. Awesome. So I do have a question in the comments that I want to ask you, but I want you to explain how important it is for people that are aspiring to be entrepreneurs or they are already to have a coach, a business coach. Can you kind of explain on that? Because I try to tell people, like, yeah, you could go to Google and find out how to do things, but having a coach that has been there, done that is very
Right,
important. You know,
right, and that's the thing. These are it's you don't want to. I'm not going to say you don't want to, but you want to have someone on your side who has gone through it. They've been down the road. So it's one of those things where, like when we're raising our kids and we've been through certain things and we try and tell them, don't do this, do it this way, to avoid going
yeah,
into the wrong direction. And so that's
yeah,
pretty much what a coach is in place for, to help give you more insight on, whatever your field is. Um, Everybody goes through that mental block where you kind of get stuck in your business, and I have those days, and so that's when I reach
yeah,
out to my coach, my mentors, and
yes,
so never think that you can do this by yourself. Everyone needs somebody who they can call on and to help them with certain things through this business journey, because it's not easy. It's
it's not.
not easy, and sometimes it's days still right now. I'm like, oh my gosh, like I'm ready to
Yeah,
give up.
what am I
Like,
supposed to do? Right.
you know,
And just like
yeah. And
Sister
so,
Janet says there, she said,
yeah, yeah.
like sisters helping sisters. It's always great to have mentors. And um, Riri Lamford asks, what are your hours of operation?
So right now, my hours of operation is 7 a.m. to 4 p.m.
Okay.
Only because we are limited, on staff, and don't want to prevent burnout. And so we have those hours in place for now. But when everything goes back to normal, my normal regular business hours is 6 a.m. to 6 p.m.
Okay, perfect, perfect. And with that, Sisters Helping Sisters, I want to remind everybody that I do have a Facebook group. It's the Female Boss Tribe Mastermind Group. I think I added you, Faith. You have to
Yes.
check see if okay. Yes, you're added. So it's just us giving each other tips, inspiring entrepreneurs, entrepreneurs that are seasoned, new, beginning, whatever it is. But it's just for
Yes.
us to keep each other lifted, because sometimes when you feel like you're out there by yourself, it's like, oh, what should I do today to, just move the needle in my business? What things
Right.
can I do? So, what advice would you give someone that is thinking about becoming an entrepreneur? They have an idea in their head and God keeps putting it in them like, you need to do this. And they keep getting these little affirmations from other people like, you should do that. You should do that. What advice would you give for them to just get started? I know you want to say just faith it, right? Yes, I
You
got it
know,
before you.
you beat me to it.
Yeah,
Just
I know
face
you.
it. Like, you have to take that leap. You have to. Because one thing about it, if God keeps giving that to you, and it's
Yeah.
your passion, and it's something that you really get joy and fulfillment from, 9 times out of 10, that's your purpose. So
Yeah.
your passion will always leads to your purpose in life, and your purpose is not for you; it's to help someone else through. And
Yes.
so there's someone in this world that needs you. I may be doing the exact same thing, but I may not reach the people they reach.
Yeah.
And so don't, anyone, don't ever think that what you're doing, too many people are already doing it.
Yeah.
Just think about your family, your friends, your community of people who you're normally around.
Mhm.
Like I said, there's people all over who you'll never know who you may connect with. And so, yeah, take that leap of faith and just do it. Just
Yeah.
faith it.
Just faith
Hmm.
it. I love that. And
Hmm.
someone said, speak. I heard that because it's so true. You know how many times I hear people say, oh, it's oversaturated. Yeah, but photography, you may think it's oversaturated, but there's more people needing photography than there
Yes.
are photographers. So they could go to
Yeah.
anybody. And
Yeah.
it's
That's
truly
true.
about, yeah, it's truly about
Hmm.
collaboration over competition. I mean, I
Hmm.
had 3 paparazzi consultants on here one time and they were clapping each other up. You know what I mean? Like
Wow.
they're not trying to
Yeah.
compete. They always have different things. And I asked them first, like, are you okay with having another? And you just are, it's just so amazing how many, and that's a true testament there. How many paparazzi people do you know? You know what I mean? And
Right.
it's and they're making
Exactly.
money. They're doing it. So
Hmm.
whatever, yes. Omega says room at the table. Yes,
Room at the
room at the
table.
table.
That's
Yes,
right.
yes. So before we wrap up, I want to ask you, what has been your most memorable client experience, whether it's with Just Faith It or with the child care? Because you also provide, did I miss anything? Oh, wait, we got to talk about the book. The book, that's what we're missing. Tell us about
Oh,
your,
okay.
yes.
So Lucy Gets a Guardian Angel is basically a story of a little girl who experiences death for the first time, and she goes through the different stages of grief. And
Mm,
so um, she goes through those different stages, and then she, with the help of her mother and her teacher, they come to where she learns to accept,
right.
what has happened, and they find a way to keep that person's memory alive. And
Okay.
so the book was written to basically bring awareness to adults, parents,
Yeah.
that children grieve just the
Yeah.
way we do. It may not look the way it does when we grieve, but they grieve. Children go through depression.
Hmm.
They're confused. Their little minds don't comprehend very well, like what's taking place. Like
On.
yesterday was normal, and now, like, all these people are, to the house.
Mhm. Yeah.
I don't see my loved one,
Mm,
whomever it may be, whether if it's a parent, a grandparent, aunt, uncle, like, what's going on. And
yeah.
so I've experienced it so many times in my daycare, and it
Yeah.
is it's extremely sad seeing a child grieve.
Yeah.
And so, not
Wow.
saying that there aren't books out on the market, but I just didn't have anything to really help them through the process. And so that's why I wrote the book, and
Right.
and it will be used for that mental piece,
Yeah.
to
Yeah.
help the children, not just in my facility, but I'm praying that it reaches
Yeah.
children all over, families
Um,
all over, and that's the ultimate goal, is to bring that awareness, that children, their mental health needs to be thought about as well.
definitely. And not just a tool for the kids, it's a tool for the parents on how
Yes.
to react
Hmm.
with the child.
Exactly.
I can see that being
Yes.
helpful because, when I was a child, I was never allowed to go to family members' funerals. They just
Funerals.
did
Hmm.
not. You remember that as
Yeah.
kids,
Yep.
kids didn't go to the funerals, and
Yes. Hmm.
it was very strange because I didn't go to my first funeral till I was in college. And that's when
Oh,
I changed my
wow.
major to mortuary science. I was actually a funeral director, embalmer, yes,
Wow.
mortician before I, started doing what I'm doing now. But that's what I did because
Oh,
I was like,
wow.
what? This is what a funeral, I want to do this. I want to help. But
Yeah.
yeah, so we definitely need to help with the grieving part because my parents didn't even know how to explain to me that a loved one had died.
Hmm.
And
Yes,
it hid
exactly.
us from it. Yeah, it hid us from it.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
yeah.
I know. I hear
Overall,
a lot of stories on how, parents may say, well, I didn't know how to tell them, or I didn't know what to tell them. So I told them
yeah.
that they went to the store and they just not coming back. And I'm like, no,
Oh my
no,
goodness. Yeah, you
no,
can't
we can't tell, because
oh my
some
God.
kids, they will associate going to the store with
Yeah,
never coming back. So now you planted like that separation anxiety in
yeah.
them, because they don't know, if mama leave and go to the store, she may
She
not come back home to me,
oh
and
my
so we have to be very mindful,
yeah.
of what we tell them as to what happened, and how it happened. So
Awesome.
yeah.
So when and where can we look for the book when it comes out?
So the book is still being tweaked,
Okay.
but we're on the final stage of it. And
Okay.
so I haven't put out an exact release date yet, because I'm just one of those persons. I just want to make sure it's completely,
Yes. I
together how I
understand.
want it. And so, yeah.
Awesome. Awesome. All right. Was there anything else that you want to share before we wrap up?
No, I think that's it. Not unless you have something else for me.
No, I don't, except for just our question for the evening. So, everybody ready? Everybody look at your notes. Do you all remember before I even ask this, let me make sure everybody knows how to get in touch with you. Can you share your information again on how to
Yes,
get?
yes. Facebook, Faith Williams Perry, and Instagram, Faith_Perry05.
Yep. And if you have my information, everybody, you can go ahead and see where I have tagged her on my Facebook and Instagram pages. So you can take a look at that there. And our question for the evening is her academy, P&R Little Angels Academy. What does P&R stand for? First person to answer in the comments. Can you see the comments too, Faith? You can see the comment stream
Yes.
on the side. Okay. All right. Yay, Janet got it. Let's see. Janet got it first. Where is she at?
Okay.
Oh, everybody's answering. Okay. The first one, you see that too? Yes, Carrie and Rasher. Good job. Good job, Janet. Is our winner.
Awesome. Congratulations, Janet.
Congratulations, Janet. And since you are matching, we're going to go ahead with another question.
Oh my gosh. I didn't
Do
even
you
come up
have
with
one,
that
or you
yet.
want me to?
Yeah, you can go ahead and ask one. Ask another one.
Okay. Okay. Let's see. I'm going to ask. This will be one. How long has Faith been in childhood education? When did she start? So either how long ago or how old she was when she started in child care. Uh-oh, someone says 16 years. Avis, you got it. I see you already saying. Yeah, she was like, I was first on that other one.
Yeah, she's like, I'm going to get this one.
Congratulations.
Congratulations, Avis.
Awesome. Okay, everybody's answering now. Yeah, since she was 16. Very good. Everyone got the answer. Avis got it first. You see that as well, right?
Yeah.
Okay, I want to make sure. We are actually live streaming from Facebook and YouTube, so we're getting all of the answers from both.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so that's why I'm trying to make sure. But these are mostly Facebook, and you all can see it as well. So, oh, you know what? They see it on different streams. That's why. But we can see it all from everybody's stream. So, all right. Well, awesome. Thank you, Faith, for coming on the show and sharing your business journey. Remember, you guys can all get in touch with her.
You're welcome.
And if your business questions about childcare, and just thank you so much. And thank you so much for sharing your story. And
You're
I know
welcome.
that you
Thank you so much for having me.
You're welcome. Bye, everybody. Have a good night. And
Good night.
Avis and Janet, you guys Facebook me and let me know where you guys want to shop your $50 voucher with. And I'll get in touch with you, Faith, and we'll do what we got to do. And
okay.
And we have Dr. Ferris that wanted to match that as well. So you have another question? Yes, Dr. Ferris, we did not forget about you. All right. Let's see. What's another good question? Oh my goodness, I can't think of one. All right, this is gonna be a hard one. Oh, go ahead. You got it.
Oh, no, you go. Since it's gonna be hard. Go ahead.
Hard one. It's gonna be hard. Like, what are all of your businesses? What are the names of all of the businesses that you have going on? That's hard. So go ahead with yours.
With my question?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I was just gonna let me see, maybe. So we said the amount of years that I was actually in childcare, but how long has the business actually been, P&R business has been in operation?
That's good. Oh, Janet already answered. Janet, you already got someone else. Well, she already answered it now. Oh, okay. Should we do another one? Because she already gave the answer, and I said,
yeah.
I'm sorry, y'all.
Okay.
Okay.
Oh my gosh, I can't think of another question. Let's see.
This is a hard one too. Do you guys remember who her two mentors are?
Good question.
Do you guys remember who her two mentors are? This is a new question. Who are her two mentors? Even if you give us one, that's okay. No, Janet, you cannot answer.
I want to answer again. Janet.
She must have her paper and pen out for real.
Yeah.
No, because we picked up our answer. Oh my goodness. Sister-in-law. Okay, Cameron, you got it. See?
Good job, Cameron.
We'll take that. Good job, Cameron. Awesome. So you three get with me, and remember, if you need to think about again who it is that I have interviewed already, go to my Instagram page and look at my highlights. It says Biz Chat, and you can actually see the items that they have. You can press on their information there in the Biz Chat highlights. So, all right, congratulations, everybody.
Congratulations, ladies.
Yes,
thank you all for tuning in.
Yes, and thank you all for tuning in. Remember, we're here every Wednesday at 8 o'clock. And again, thank you, Faith. And I'll talk to you soon. And congratulations on your book. We can't wait to
Thank you.
All right.
Thank
Yeah.
you so much.